Holy mother of pearl. It's hot. We're back on the 64 Mercury Comet. I put just a little bit of pressure on myself. I have registered this car for cruising the coast, and it is nowhere near ready to go to cruising the coast just yet. I have got a whole laundry list of things that I got to do. Some little, some big, everything in between. I don't know how much of it I'm going to get to film. I don't know how much of it I'm going to get to time lapse. I don't know how much of it I'm going to get to talk about. And to compound all of that, you see the sun and the heat. The next 4 days is supposed to be actual air temperature of 100 degrees without any humidity factored into it. I expect it to be 110 to 112 degrees over the next 4 days. So meaning today I'm going to be out here all day. Today is Sunday, so I'm going to be out here all day today. And I'll be coming in evenings after work, and it will be at the peak heat of the day to try to work on this thing. I want to thank everybody who's come by the channel to watch this car. Yesterday I would have been out here working on it, but I had to move my daughter back to college. And one of the main reasons I thank everybody who comes and watches my videos, you're helping to pay and feed my child who is away at college. We came up with a budget for her, and it's costing me some money every month to make sure she's taken care of. So I appreciate you watching. The longer you watch, the more I get paid. So I do appreciate all you can do. So if you can stay to the end of the video, that helps me out. I do appreciate it. But for now, it's time for me to get to work and stop babbling. All right, so all that said, I didn't tell you what we're going to try to do today. Like I said, whether we film it, time lapse, or talk about it. I've got to make a heavy-duty dedicated charge wire for this alternator. I need to see if I can get this alternator to sit a little more square, like I want it to sit, so that the belt runs a little bit truer. It's okay, but it ain't like, it's not perfect. It's not like what I want. I've got to get a positive crankcase ventilation system set up on this car, and to get the vacuum set up for the transmission. It's already got, I've dedicated a vacuum for the transmission. I got a line dedicated just for that, but I need to get the vacuum modulator dialed in and get it to where it shifts good, or better, like I want, and make it all play with the PCV system. What else have we got? The fans, the electric fans. I've got to get the electric fan controller wired up and get it going. Everything we're doing is something mechanical. We're not doing anything cosmetic with this car at this point in time. It is strictly going to be mechanical. And I do consider mounting the fenders back on the car mechanical, and we might get to that. I don't know. I don't know how much of this I'm going to get done. I got such a list. Like I said, it's time to quit babbling. It's time to get to work. Let me get a fan going and try to get some of this stuff done. I'm never going to make it to cruising the coast. All right, a little quick update. Had no time lapse, just been working. Radiator tank overflow. Got this off of Rock Auto. It's a little big, don't care. Just hold a little extra coolant. I've got it plumbed in, mounted. Had to drill a hole in the fender apron for the bottom piece to lock in. It's mounted solid. This is my temperature controller for the fans. I started laying it out. Bring you around over here. Explain what we got going on over here with the Power Master. Alright, you can see this nice big wire right here. This is I believe 4-gauge wire. It is a dedicated charge wire. It comes right here, and then the battery post is right here. It connects directly to the battery. This 4-gauge is probably double the size of the original wire, which is what I was trying to run. Thought it might be enough. Probably not. So like I said, I have a dedicated wire. I left the original wire hooked up too. It's not going to hurt anything. It just gives it another path to put 12 volts back into the car. I also made a dedicated ground wire coming off of the alternator. It's going to go directly back to the battery. And I think I've mentioned this before. I have my ground wire goes to the block. I have a wire coming from the block to the chassis, so that everything is pretty much bonded and works like it's supposed to. All the tail lights work in the back, so I know that the chassis itself is grounded with no real issues. I'm going to need to shorten my starter cable right here. As you can see, it comes from the starter up around the shock tower and back to the solenoid. So that's no bueno, but we're going to get there. We're going to get this, we'll cut this off. I can put another end on it. I have the tool, got the technology. Got those crimpers right there. Just crimp a new lug on. And we're moving along, we're making progress. So let's get back to work. It's way in the future me. The night light started to even come on. Sun is setting, as you can see, but we got a bit done, a few steps forward. I don't know if we've taken any back. I know I have fought all day to try to get some stuff done and try to finalize a bunch of stuff. So let me get you turned around here and we'll show you what's going on. All right, so that right there, nest of wires, and you see the fuse holder there, and well, a couple of fuse holders, and you can see a square relay down there. That is my fan controller, and I need to bundle up all that wire and neaten that up, but the fan controller works like it's supposed to. I took it out for a road test here just a few minutes ago, and got it up and pretty good and warm. Brought it back, fans were screaming. Let it sit and idle probably, I don't know, 7, 8, 10 minutes, something like that. And the fans kicked off, and let it sit there and idle just another couple of minutes, and the fans kick back on. So we have a puller and we have a pusher, and it is working. It keeps it around 200 idling in traffic. I'm gonna have to see what we got going down the road and make sure that we're still not overheating. It gets pretty warm, but I think it's gonna be close enough to get us by. And the last piece of this puzzle is I need to get some coolant in it. Coolant can make it run just a little bit cooler. And for whatever reason, I still got a deadgum leak right here at this thermostat neck, even though I've done put a new gasket. So we're gonna have to put some room temperature vulcanizing silicone on it. So, and as I said earlier, we've got the alternator up and charging. The alternator is putting out 14.25 volts with both fans running. I had to bring the RPM up just a little bit. And how do I know how much I brought up the RPM? Well, let's walk over here. I'll show you what else we added today. We got a tachometer to put on the dash. Yep, bought that and got it mounted up and set up. We've got to do some more with our electrical, because I have got to have a switch source to cut off the power for the tachometer, and also a switch source so that my fans will shut down when I cut the key off. So one of the other things that we discussed was setting up the PCV system, and that brass T right there is the vacuum T I made, so that my positive crankcase ventilation and transmission vacuum line, which it's right there, is hooked up, and I'm not having blow-by coming out of my crankcase breather right there. It's actually drawing a fresh air through the block to burn those combustion gases instead of actually venting them to the atmosphere. All right, so one of the other things we talked about doing was getting the vacuum modulator set up on the transmission, and got underneath, put it on some ramps, and I took the adjuster screw all the way out, and I figured out the depth on it, and kind of figured out where I was at and what I needed to be doing, adjusted it to to what I thought was going to be about right, and well, it was. It turns out that it shifts out just fine. It does exactly what I want it to do. Seems to downshift now, like appears to go into passing gear. It also downshifts when I come to a stop, whereas before it wasn't. We seem to have picked up a little bit more of a leak, but for the third time I have tightened the pan gasket bolts, and hopefully that will stop them from leaking. They were sitting here just not running, and it was dripping steadily on the ground. Over a period of time, you could see a small little puddle, and it looked like it was coming right around the transmission pan. And like I said, I'd already tightened it 2 previous times. It's got a cork gasket, so you just don't want to get carried away. And cork gasket, you tighten it up too much and just puke it out the side, and then you might as well not even have a gasket on it. But enough of my ramblings. It's dark. It's getting late. I got to go to work in the morning. So we've made some progress, and we're moving on. Hopefully, within about another week or so, this thing will get a real trial road test. This thing, hopefully, in a week, will take me to work. We're going to find out. So, while you're waiting for me to do that and put that video up, well, why don't you go out and watch the one that's coming on the screen right now?